Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jared Sick.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake, sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Good morning, happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead, lots to get to. Sean Callahan next segment. It's pro day for the Huskers. Get to that here in a second regarding who to watch out for there, who can make big steps in terms of their strive for their draft stock. We watched the CBI last night. Bill will have thoughts on that in a second.
Absolutely. Watch the whole game.
He's retired.
Yeah.
We were getting group chats.
Was not a lot of recruiting going on last night.
We were getting
don't have a school.
Group texts about Southern Utah versus Eastern Kentucky in the CBI, which you kept saying was a captivating, thrilling game.
What's that? I think the word epic is in
epic.
there. Epic. Epic.
Okay. You lost me.
Yeah.
I went to Planet Fitness about that time.
Yeah, we didn't catch the CBI, but Bill was watching for us.
Quick piece of information
what do you
for
have?
Jake.
But, yeah, what do
for
you have
Jake,
for me?
Bill, and I think this is more Jake than anybody. Creighton, the basketball team, leaves today. They have a send-off party, Jake, at 11:30 a.m. at Michael Morrison Stadium, where they play soccer. You're probably familiar with the Creighton.
No,
camp.
I would not know. I've never been there before.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Never been to that stadium.
Are you going, Jake?
No,
Are you going down?
Will not be in attendance.
Going down.
I got a meeting I got to be at. Can't
I got
go
a
to
meeting.
Can't go to Omaha for the send-off.
He's got a blue shirt in his back seat.
This is green. No blue shirts today.
11:30, Jake. You can make it.
I won't be there, but thank you for those in Omaha who might go.
Anybody have any recommendations downtown for lunch for Jake after the send-off?
Drive back to Lincoln. Food's better here anyways, right?
All right, there you go. Creighton. Off to they go to, come on, where did they play that? They're off to Louisville.
Louisville, that's right.
Yeah.
Louisville. Yep.
They're off
They'll
to
play
Louisville.
They'll play Louisville.
Not Louisville.
Well, you understand why we say Louisville.
To play Princeton.
Where they have a chance to beat Princeton. You know, they're going to be a double-digit point favorite, but they just have a chance to win, apparently.
Well, then they that would be pretty good set them up to play Alabama.
Yeah, you know what makes things worse about all that is that Creighton last night in baseball came back to beat Nebraska. They won 6. Nebraska was up 5-3 in the ninth inning, bottom of the ninth, give up 3 runs, 6-5. Creighton walks off Nebraska in TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab Park.
Creighton 8-7.
Omaha.
Creighton 8-7. Nebraska 11-7-1.
Mm-hmm.
The tie.
And they've lost.
And won.
They've lost their 2 games in state to UNO and Creighton now. 0-2 in the state.
Yeah, they've lost 2 of their last 3 to UNO. Just saying.
Not great. Not great.
Bill's got. Now I want to hear.
Bill, what do you have on your mind? You were watching.
You got
the
some
CBI.
coffee talk.
You got coffee talk. He gets so excited. Yeah, I got coffee talk. There's the clapping walrus and seal again.
Also idle chit chat.
Sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program at 402-440-6297. Bill, what's on your mind?
And the Newtons are coming out to my house in a couple weeks to do some stuff.
There we go. Newton's Lawn Care.
I'm
Coming
very
to Bill's
excited about
house.
that. So,
Are you going to supervise?
You going to do the clap like that for me?
when they go by me like in some sort of machine, I'll clap. I will. So I'll be home. I don't have a job.
The seal clap.
Which you and Jake just keep bringing up. How was recruiting call? Oh, you didn't make recruiting calls.
We don't keep bringing it up.
What if I just made recruiting calls still? Like, hey, this is Bill. I just
Let's do some practice here.
Yeah,
Love watching your film.
love watching your film. Where are you, Coach? Who are you with now? I'm independent. I'm at the Independent,
and I'm not at Notre Dame.
I'm not at Notre Dame. I'm at the Independent. Yeah, that'd be.
I'm with the firm now.
With the firm now.
Just doing some practice here.
We're doing stuff. I'm getting the word out. This was just it was
Okay, what was going on in CBI?
So I think it's the end of the first overtime. before they went to double overtime. She went to triple overtime.
Who's playing here?
So this is Eastern Kentucky and SUU,
Southern
Utah University, not to be confused with Utah Valley State.
No, who's still in the NIT. They play tonight against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
This is the CBI we're talking about.
So they have the crunches. I don't know. I said it looked like the game was shot like with a VHS camera, and also like there was roughly 100 people at the game.
I saw
but anyway,
that.
I was into it. My wife's watching it with me. She said, "What are we watching?" I go, "The CBI."
Duh, come on, it's a big deal here.
So
Bracket. You got your bracket out.
So at the end, at the end of the they have timeout, and they've got to go the full court in like 6. They have 6 seconds. They're down 2.
Who's got to go down?
Southern Utah's down 2. So now the championship game is today. Okay, at 5:00 Eastern, so 4:00 our time. So now, basically, what the game was, the tip-off time was like 20 hours away from this game for the next game when they're going to play, right?
Tight turnaround.
So the announcer goes. I think he said it to Joe Lenardi. And why Joe Lenardi?
Joe Lenardi is doing he's a color guy.
He's like Billy Packer.
He's like Billy Packer. He's the Billy
He's
Packer
like Al
of the
McGuire.
CBI.
Excuse me. He's
Al McGuire of the CBI. And all of a sudden the guy goes, "What do you think on this situation? Do you think they just come down and run some sort of a pick play or something to shoot the 3 to try to win it? Because, I mean, the game's running late, and I don't know if you with the tip-off tomorrow at 5, do you not want to try to just end the game right here or just be done with it because of the time?" I'm like, I don't think so. I think you just, and the guy, Joe Nardi goes, "I think you'll take the best shot available, I think."
What's he talking about?
"Do we not just shoot the 3? Because
it's getting pretty late.
I should get in the huddle. Guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go this. We're going to take the 3. We're 20 hours out from tip-off of the championship. We go
save legs.
We got to save legs. Another overtime. Can you imagine that? You can imagine your team looking at you going like, "What if we can drive for the layup?" Don't do it. Take the 3 with it. We're on a time crunch.
They don't have to be anywhere.
They don't have to be anywhere. They're all worried about. I mean, literally the extra 5 minutes. Be like, "Well, why did you guys lose the championship?" "Well, our legs. If we'd have shot the 3, I think our legs would have been fresh."
We're looking at 19 hours if not 20.
Not 20.
It's going to get rough.
It's going to get rough. But just
where the hell you got to go?
But that comment would just be just unreal. It'd just be like, "All right, we're at the end of the game like that. It's Nebraska versus Iowa down 3. You got to kick a field goal to send it to overtime, or do you throw the Hail Mary just because we don't need? Just because we got to get back home. We got to get back home.
We win or we lose.
We win or lose right now.
Who won the game, Bill?
What's that? It was controversial big time.
Oh, here we go.
So this was classic.
In the CBI.
Down in the second overtime, the guy dribble drives the whole time, goes to the layup, gets it blocked out of bounds. 0.9 seconds left. They have the ball. They run a play. They throw an alley-oop dunk. They didn't even defend the rim to go to. So now it's like so that's what they did to go to double overtime.
No.
So now they're playing double overtime. Guy shoots for Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
There's 2.02 seconds on the deal, and they call a foul on the rebound. It was very and then they made the free throw. Game over.
So
Eastern Kentucky
is in the finals now.
They
Knocks
called
out
on
Southern
the rebound.
It was horrible. It almost looked to me like the refs were the same thing. Like,
get the hell out of
here.
here.
We got to go.
We're done.
We got to get something to get this thing. It was like everyone's like, they called of this foul on the rebound. It was horrible. So
and you did that, and you had your bracket out on the table.
CBI.
The CBI bracket.
Did you have Laura fill it out?
I was pulling hard for SUU.
My question is this: you had the volume up, watching the whole game, and listening to the broadcasters.
Yes.
Joe Lenardi is the ESPN bracketologist for the NCAA tournament, the go-to guy, the one that's the guy you go to for the bracket.
Yeah.
Did he seem bothered to be on the call for the CBI?
Not really. I thought he was a pro. What also threw me was it looked like Southern Utah, like someone like in home ec made their uniforms.
Oh,
because they were black with like a dark maroon lettering. So you could barely see.
I did see that.
It was like when you couldn't even see their numbers. Like numbers, fouls on. Hang on there. Hang on there. I wish they would go back to old school like that. Back in the day, like when this would even be almost like probably to our time sip like that, but way before that, like when my dad was first coaching. When you fouled you had to raise your hand.
Yeah, you had to raise your hand.
You had to raise your hand.
Yeah, I think that was still in effect when we were playing.
Yeah, it was. I think it was common. For the foul, you had to raise your hand.
Yeah, you had to raise your hand.
Kind of like that's.
You saw that in the NBA all the time.
Yeah, you had to raise your hand. How about that one?
Yeah.
Foul on 32. Raise your hand. I'd like to bring that back.
Yeah, God, that's a good CBI
better times.
update.
Better times.
Oh, better times.
Way better times. We're going to hit on that a little bit later with Bill's Thrills.
Listen to the old. Oh, are we?
Bill's Thrills is going to be. We're going back in the day to Bill's Thrills.
It's going to be hard to top
7:30 today.
Oh, by the way, thanks to Nyla.
Yeah.
Yeah, listener Nyla from Seward has brought us in some cookies, and they're chocolate chip. She confirmed this is a bag of chocolate chip cookies because of Bill's Thrills yesterday. You were complaining about raisins and cookies. I wish
she would have snuck in 2 raisins.
She should have.
Just to see. Just to see if
see the pucker.
See if you get. See if you
pucker face.
get one past us.
He'll go right in the tornado.
That would have been good.
Tornado.
In the tornado mode.
Tornado. I tell you what, we've all lived that. I'm telling you, it's a bad part of life.
All right, Nyla. Yeah. I had one, and they're excellent.
You should have marked one of them. This is Bill's cookie. It's a raisin. Yeah. Really took him for advantage.
I appreciate the people that take time to.
Yeah, this is unreal.
And we also got some robin eggs. That's like the Whopper Easter eggs.
Whoppers
basically.
are unreal.
Yeah. Is that from Nyla?
That's also she brought the goodies today.
Thank you, Nyla.
So, thanks, Nyla.
I didn't have breakfast, so it was a welcome sight. Yeah. Josh, appreciate it.
Josh, get a cookie in a break, okay?
Josh has them in there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those are some other cookies.
He's got cookies, too.
Yeah.
We can get them for sure. All right, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 to get a free quote for a lawn fertilizer program. Today is Pro Day for Nebraska over at the Hawks Center, and we know that 3 guys were invited to the Combine: Trey Palmer, O'Shawn Mathis, Travis Vokalek, and I'm curious how much they will participate today after going throughout the Combine. If they can, Trey will not run the 40 because he had a great time at the Combine. He should not run the 40 for Nebraska today. But of the guys who were there at the Combine and the ones who weren't, is there anybody out there? I know, Bill, you saw Garrett Nelson over the weekend. He stopped by your house, but that seems like somebody that could really help out his draft stock today with a good performance in the comp or the pro day.
Absolutely. There's several factors with it, and one of them is going to be Garrett's done very well on his ability to process. There is it's crazy what the test looks like and how you have to be able to process when there's like a light board in front of you and things you have to be able to process and how you have to be able to, how fast you can correct it. It reads how fast you can process.
Where did they put the light board?
It's right in front of you, and you have to be able to signal or make an identification that you saw the light where the light was, and so it's a really, really cool test. We had that. Give you an example. Grant Delpit that I coached at LSU, and he won the Thorpe Award. He was in the 99 percentile of how fast he could process, and then that's what I would show my players plays like where he'd intercept a pass on the sideline from the middle of the field, and because he could process so fast.
Grant Delpit, so that was 20. What year was it?
19 when he won it.
2019.
The year before he was up for the Defensive Player of the Year, which is cool like that. But anyway, his ability to process. So Garrett will do very well. Also like that, they're going to run 40s. But Garrett has run really good 10s, and I can tell you before the 10. So if you run really well in
what
the
is
10,
a good 10?
Anytime you're in the 5s, and Garrett's been in the 5s, means if he gets in the 1.54s, 1.53s. If you're a 1.51 even as a DB, that's really good.
1.51, 1.54.
That's for going. So if he runs in like a 5.6 or something in the 10. 1.56. That would be really, really good.
Okay.
So I don't get caught up on the. If you run that means your 40 time naturally is also going to be pretty good,
pretty fast,
pretty good for it. But the get off, the initial twitch, is what matters. When you're going to rush, and you're going to be an outside edge guy rushing on an offensive tackle. The most important thing is initial twitch. It's not a sloth game. It's just not built for us. Kind of like, what do you like about him? I love how he lumbers off the ball. I love how he just kind of. I love how he oozes.
Slow.
I love how he's so methodical. I love methodical.
He's
thinking about everything as he's going like that. You got to.
You hardly ever say that at any time.
No,
right?
every position's based on twitch.
Yeah.
Offense, center. It's going to be twitch. Tackle, guard, doesn't matter what it is. You have to have initial twitch. It's a game of change of direction, very fast movements with that. That's why sometimes you get the true sprinter like that. How were they going to be a Usain Bolt type of runner? He made up a lot of his time in the back 60 of 100 meters. That's when he rolled like that. So wouldn't carry over to football quite as much. It really wouldn't.
What about Caleb? Caleb Tanner will test today. Now he's got to have quick twitch.
He has twitch, and he will be. They will drill him on stack backer stuff, which means stand up linebacker.
Right.
And so we did a little bit of that with him when the change. But they're going to look at him. Can he play
Inside linebacker.
Inside linebacker or some sort of a position because he can run so well. What else can he do?
Or Sam, maybe, right?
Yeah, that type of thing, yes. And so they'll look at him, how will he move in that spot? I know that's where he's been training.
Right.
But they also would have the ability in a situation to be able to go in because you always want to have someone like him, whether it be late in the game to get some pass rush, whether it be a backup in the pass rush game, those things. So he carries a lot of he has a lot of value with him. There's a lot of value
I would
points.
think so. See, Jake, I think, okay, so everybody's going to look at him and say, what are you guys talking about? He had 2.5 sacks this year. And then he only had 6 tackles for loss. I mean, he was a hand in the dirt guy at 230, 6.
Yeah, I'd like to see him on the scale. Probably wasn't that at the end.
See, there you go. Now you stand him up. It's a different. If you stand him up, it's a different game for him.
Somebody will find great value in him.
I think so.
And
Jake.
also, if you just go down, it's like work ethic, off-field situation, nothing.
Never misses games.
When you check all those boxes, the number of games he played, he was always the number one availability was always available, very coachable. And great young man. So his stock will go up today.
Mm-hmm.
Both him and Garrett's stock will go up today.
I would think, too, in terms of those guys for belief in their ability to do stuff at the next level. JoJo Domann was not drafted last year, but he had a very good year in special teams for the Colts. He's on the roster, made some plays, had a touchdown this year.
I think he was doing some long snapping.
JoJo was?
Worked on it. I don't think that ever happened.
Oh, it never got it. Okay.
So they know that, hey, even if I don't get drafted, I can still find my way to play this upcoming year and get some playing time, as JoJo did with the Colts. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, the goal here is to get in the top, the 7 rounds of the draft and be fine. But you can still be a very signable player no matter what happens after today.
Yeah, and both those guys that we're talking about, Caleb Tanner and Garrett Nelson, will be special teams demons.
Absolutely.
Right.
And they can play all the positions. So you get an example like that. It's like big tight ends. Take like a Travis Vokalak.
Okay.
He doesn't really factor in on kickoff coverage. That's not a spot where that's not really would be his spot. Could he do it? Yes, he could, but that's not where his body size, but so both of those guys can cover kickoffs, then flip it, and they can be on kickoff return. They could be in the back, they can be fullbacks, they could be front line guys, they could be all those spots where they can line up at. They're also going to be, and I know I talked to Garrett, extensively on Saturday about working on his kick slide, which is punt protection things, because he'd be a starter on the punt
Barrett
team.
was talking about.
Yeah.
Barrett Rude.
Yeah.
He was a kick slide
absolutely
blocker.
And so that carried over for that's why we moved Garrett this year from the back shield to the front line. For just that reason. 1, it's a great position for him. 2, helps him
get ready.
Helps him get ready for the NFL, to be up there, because there's a lot of similarities to it. The protection's a little different. The footwork is different, but there'll be a lot of carryover for him. So I think that things will go very, very well for those two guys, and they'll get worked out extensively by position. So and then it's you don't do it by team. It's like all of a sudden, hey, defensive, the NFL guys will get together. Hey, who's going to run these drills? Okay, you got this, I got this, we can watch, evaluate. Everything's filmed. Everything's going to be filmed. So they'll have some good workouts through that. Then most likely those guys will go and go to lunch afterwards like that, or tonight like that. There'll be some of those guys will go with the coaches or the whoever's the scouts, who's ever in town.
Okay. Will
go meet with those guys. I'm sure Trey probably has a meal set up tonight, whatever's going on with them in that spot.
Trey Vokalek. Oh, yeah. We don't. I wouldn't expect to see Trey out there at all, right?
You don't think any
Trey
drills at all?
Palmer. I don't.
The fastest 40 time of any receiver at the NFL Combine. He's not running for sure. No reason to run at all today. But is there anything else?
No reason to bench. I mean, is there any reason to do a 10? Anything like that?
No, not for Trey. I would not think so. But I could see him doing individual workouts. I would.
Okay.
That would be very, very normal to do that.
Sean, I don't know. I mean, he might give something a whirl today that maybe he didn't like at the combine. He had like Bill said, he didn't have a bad. He had an okay combine, okay to good combine.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. And then, like I said, Travis didn't run.
Right, he did not run at the combine.
So I'd imagine everyone's really hoping he runs today. I've not talked to Travis it's been a month or so. It's been a while.
I didn't even know it was optional at the combine tonight.
Oh yeah.
If you're not built to do it,
you don't have to do anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to go and do nothing.
It's like, well, you got the invite.
Well, but we've talked about this. The combine isn't just about the on-field stuff. It's much about the interviews.
And the big difference is that when I was talking to friends of mine in the NFL, you can get an hour of Zoom time with them.
Okay.
Okay. In comparison, if you go to the combine, you have face-to-face, but you only get 15 minutes. So I talked to a lot of my friends that, hey, you're at the combine. No, we're not going. Whole staff staying here.
Okay.
So we're going to do everything by Zoom, so we can get more time with them. And so it's not the complete, hey, there's a plane showing up and 30 assistant coaches are rolling off of it. No, it's more head coach, GM, that type of thing to be able to do that. So teams have different philosophies, I'm sure. And some are like, yeah, we're not going. We're going to Zoom everything.
Zoom it.
Also, which always interests me because you can spend so much time with these guys. Like I said, you're going to draft someone. You're going to go spend 2 days with them to find out. You go see them. You can go see his family. You can do whatever you want to do. Then you can fly him out to your facility. You can work him out personally. You have everything to know. So that's where it gets hard, and that's where it gets. It in my opinion, I've always said, and I'm obviously I'm wrong, but I'm like, how do you bust on some stuff when you have this much? You don't have that in college. You're trying to convince people to come to you.
Right.
You're selecting them.
Right.
So you get to have you. After a while,
you'd think you'd get it.
You'd think you'd get it right. So when you get like first round bust, just like
Zach Wilson,
just like bust.
Well, some organizations have to do it more often than not. Yeah.
Easy on the Zach Wilson. I'm sticking. Easy
Bill
on that.
Bill still
I'm not-
believes in
yeah,
Zach Wilson.
yeah.
The Raiders for a long time had a lot of failures at
not-
first round picks. Even recently, they had Mike Mayock, who was seen as a genius in terms of a assessor of talent, evaluator talent, and he gets guys that have been busts. Alex Leatherwood was a first-round lineman. Has not been good at all for the Raiders. And there's other guys on top of that he picked. This genius evaluator has not done very well. And he's not there anymore with the Raiders.
It's fascinating. I mean, I think Bill would agree. There's a coach, Mike Eckler. It really hit me a few years ago, and he said, if you're hitting 50% as a recruiter, you're doing incredibly well.
Absolutely.
50%.
What you want to look at the most, like I said, if you study, I know people don't. I've not done it. You could ask Sean this question. You just say 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, just take a look at any signing class and who's still available and what they do. I mean, you just go back and say who played with what level, all the way down from, hey, he was an All-American, he was an All-Big Ten, he was a contributor, he was a backup, or a bunch of. A lot of times you have a bunch of non-participants, which means you just busted. If you have those situations, it's not going to add up well for you.
Yeah, in a class, so you're expecting about 50% of a class to hit?
That's what you would think. Yeah, I've never done the exact number. But
it's hard to tell sometimes, and it varies a lot. It does. Some classes you'll have, the preponderance of it hit. Now, there's other classes you can go back and look and say, geez, what was that? I mean.
That's happened too often.
Yeah.
For years.
You have to be able to have grown men as assistant coaches to be good enough, and it's hard to be like, you know what? I think that guy's better. My guys, I got him. He's going to commit. But that people don't want to do that. Coaches don't want to do that. They're like they have to sign so many guys. It's such a big deal on signing day on who recruited who, and you better go back and look at them then 4 years later, because if you don't. But I've also seen like that, like you said, if at LSU you didn't, if you brought in players and they weren't good, Ed Ogeron would just you're gonna get killed.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Be like, he'd just look at you just like oh yeah. Ooh. I've seen coaches get let go because they brought players in that weren't very good.
Well, a lot of it comes down to the guys, how much they love football and what's their work ethic like. Where it's hard to maybe to know that right out of high school because they're really good players. They're getting recruited for a reason, but there's got to be something deep down. They maybe you can tell if one guy versus another guy loves football, the other guy is just good at football, right?
Your biggest bust is always in competitive spirit. That's where your biggest error's at. It's never in all the things that. In general, it's not like, you know what? We watched his film. We went and watched him play. We watched him work out. We saw him live, and boy, he's just terrible. Not usually. No. Usually he has enough skill set. It's usually all comes back to competitive spirit one. Because if you're super competitive, you find a way to go to class because that leads you to be on the field. You find a way to always be the first. If they're competitive, they want to compete all the time. Mm-hmm. They just not. They're. How many super competitive people do you know? It's like, what'd you compete at? I competed in this. Anything else? No, I didn't care about anything.
Yes.
If you're competitive, you're just like, oh my, they want to beat you in backgammon. They want to beat you in every game there is.
So you got to assess that somehow.
You have to build.
Like you look at Carter Nelson up in Ainsworth, the top-rated player in Nebraska. Mm-hmm. I mean, the question that people ask is, now how will he? Now he's up in Ainsworth playing, whatever that conference is. He's playing D, Class C, Class
He's
D.
playing 8-man football.
8-man football. Now, how's he going to be Carter Nelson when he's squared up against a junior at Nebraska who was a 4-star player and could whoop his ass pretty much anytime he wants? How's he going to respond? You know, that's what you don't know about some guys. Yeah, some of those guys that are making a move up, you really don't know. Some guys, Bill, I've seen it. You've seen it. I've seen it. They go away. They just don't respond well. Now, I think Carter Nelson will respond fine. But he's an example of a guy you don't really know till he's there, until he's got to block Caleb Tanner.
When you have all those things, and then again, it goes back to the competitive spirit part, because someone's going to, even though it might be like,
spirit, right?
Okay, that's a little real rough day. That's okay. Can't wait to get out there tomorrow. Yeah. When he already has the length, the size, obviously it's not it's not like, well, he only jumped 26 inches on the vertical. No, he jumps well, he runs well, he plays every sport. So if he's competitive enough, which obviously it sounds like he is, I'm just saying in general, if you're a super prick, you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
you're gonna be fine.
Like who was the tackle they had at Nebraska? Jake will know.
Alex Lewis.
God, you're amazing. He was
Colorado transfer.
Yeah, he was kind of a super
left
prick.
tackle. He was a prick.
But I'm gonna tell you, Bill knows this. But I mean, people don't think about it. I mean, I've seen enough of those practices where it is rough. I mean, it is. Okay, what I'm talking about is one day they were going live a lot with Randy. Okay, Randy was coming off the edge, and
Alex Lewis
was trying to block him, and it wasn't going well. And it got really heated. It got really heated. And they had to take him off the field. He was getting whipped. Randy was killing him off the edge. And he was getting so steamed that they just had to take him out of practice. Now, he was good, too.
He was drafted by the Jets. Yeah, he's a 4th or 5th round pick.
Yeah, but I just remember how heated it was. Mm-hmm. It was really getting uncomfortable. But that's the way it is. Yeah. Now Alex Lewis got come back the next day, and he did. And he came back, kept coming back. He got good. Got drafted, played in the NFL. I don't know where he's at now.
From the text line, Bill, 464-5685, someone says, Bill, what in general, is there a percentage of classes that's lost to injury, or if not lost, the player just could not perform because of nagging injuries? Is there a percentage, is it kind of hit or miss in classes like that, or is there a general percentage of guys that struggle with injuries?
That's a good question. Like that, I wouldn't. I'd be guessing somewhere. I would guess somewhere in the 20 percentile. It's like, hey, he just couldn't perform because of injuries. Things happen. It's crazy how some people's bodies are hooked up on how they are just like don't ever get injured, or they're always broke. Yep. And sometimes it has nothing to do with toughness. It's just how their body's put together. When you get a hamstring guy, they're usually always a hamstring guy. It's just it's like, gosh dang it.
Some of it is
it's been forever. It's just how they're put together.
Right. Some of it is strain. I mean, some guys, if you're not a great athlete or you're a little undersized and you're playing in the Big Ten, say you're a linebacker, an inside linebacker, an outside linebacker, and you're a little undersized and you're playing in the Big Ten against bigger guys, you're putting a lot of strain on your body. Yeah. Now you're more vulnerable.
Especially to run.
Yeah.
Especially to run. And then when you play up front, that's why I always go by and talk to the O-line and D-line guys from being a DB coach my whole life. I had so much respect for them because they just put hands on people every play. Every play, it's hands on people. It's hat in hands. I mean, there's face mask to face.
And it's violent.
It's violent.
There's a lot of trying to get hands off of you, too.
And then you play. There is no, hey, we're out there, there's no pads on. We're just in, spiders, or there's no pads on. We're in that. No, it's going.
I know.
You better go.
I know.
You better go.
I've been amazed by that.
You better go. It's going to be like I tell my guys, I go, so you're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
If you think right now that this is what it's going to be, you're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah, I've seen Nebraska practices where they're doing spiders, and you're like, okay, well, this is just a kind of a low-key practice.
Yeah.
And then when they get going, you're like, oh, no, this isn't low-key. They're rolling.
Once you line up across from each other, that's where and that's why OTAs and NFL have stopped things from, like, when they first started in the OTAs in May. It's like you cannot line up across from each other in certain times. There's no team.
Oh, no,
we're not
team,
doing that.
No teamwork.
You don't get
Jake, if you line up
after once you line up, face to face,
it's on
right there. And you're a real dude.
Yeah.
There's not a time where it's going, hey, we're cool, right? We're cool. It's like no.
Football.
And some guys just want to embarrass you all the time. And they're just going to go like that. So you better be ready to go at that speed. But it all comes back to I mean, competitive spirit, yes. And then there's the one that's just, like they said, like the super pricks. And they're the ones that just get a whole team of those. When Nebraska was unreal during their 90s runs, during that, they had the combination of competitive spirit, some elite talent, in Super Press.
Did you know who Nick Bollettieri was by any chance?
No.
He was a tennis coach. Coached Agassi, coached Capriati.
Yeah.
Did you ever just think about being a tennis coach? Fewer variables. I mean, you just sit in the stands and the ball's going back and forth. Hey, you should have probably pursued that one a little harder. But I'm going to go get some tea. Tell me how the second set goes.
I'd have went, go drop shot. Go drop shot.
Just fewer variables to assess. Fewer people involved. You don't worry about a guy recruiting over you.
Yeah.
Recruiting over you with a worse player. Too much. The thing about football is there's so many people involved. There's so many levers you got to pull. There's so many variables. It would drive me nuts. I think I just want to be a tennis coach. Yeah. Maybe basketball.
Tennis. Sean Callahan is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. You can see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
March is good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com, click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Extreme Body Shaping.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, you can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair offer, or even my garden. Action to help. Their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, I'm Bob, Car Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Areas of fog this morning, then becoming partly sunny with a high of around 53 and north-northeast wind at around 10 to 15. Overnight increasing cloud cover, could see some showers move into the region. A low down to around 33. Mostly cloudy and with a high of 49. I'm right for 93.7 ticketfm.com.
This
Good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is pro day for Nebraska football. We're joined now by Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. We know the names of Caleb Tanner, Garrett Nelson, O'Shawn Mathis, Travis Vokalek. Beyond those four guys, anybody that you're looking out for today that's going to participate in pro day for Nebraska, Sean?
Well, will Trey Palmer, will he run any routes or do any of that type of stuff? But, yeah, I think really the day is obviously more about Garrett Nelson, Caleb Tanner. I mean, those are the two guys that weren't at the combine that have a chance to get into the NFL organizations, and it's a big day for them. So, the guys that were at the combine generally they're not going to run. Now, Travis Vokalek didn't run at the combine in Indianapolis, so will he run today? We don't. Those are things that you don't really know. So, yeah, there's some intrigue with those guys. But remember, it was a very small senior class last year. There were a lot of seniors on the roster. So yeah, it's a smaller pro day. I'll be curious what other guys from the team will be working out as well.
I'm very intrigued by the vision of Caleb Tanner as a stand-up linebacker as opposed to playing with his hand in the dirt, which he did at Nebraska because of need mainly. What's your vision of Caleb Tanner at the next level?
Well, we know he's had a good training. I mean, both you and I obviously know Chris Slatt well, Sip, and
Slatt's amazing.
And Slatt's not going to BS you. I mean, he knows the times are seeing on him. He's going to have a good day. So I'm excited to see what those numbers are today on Caleb Tanner when he comes through the pro day.
Regarding spring ball, Sean, it started up for Nebraska, and on Monday, Matt Rule said that Gabe Ervin has been a star of the offseason for Nebraska. We know that Anthony Grant's under suspension right now for Nebraska at running back, but do you expect Gabe Ervin to get back in the conversation of being a starting running back for the Huskers?
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. I mean, go back to 2021. He was the first true freshman ever to start a season opener for Nebraska in school history at running back, and then had that knee injury at Oklahoma, a game where he was about ready to break out.
Yeah.
On the play where he injured his knee, it was going to be like maybe a 40 or 50-yard type run. And
that might have been a house call. That might have been a house call, Sean.
Oh, no doubt. And I remember Ryan Held saying that. I mean, it was literally, if he doesn't fall there, he's gone at that point. And we know he's fast. I think that's what we've probably learned in the last few months that we didn't know about Gabe Ervin. When they tested the miles per hour on the team, Tommy Hill and Gabe Ervin were 1 and 2. And, we didn't know that. Like, I don't think anyone realized a guy at that size has that type of mile per hour speed when he runs. And he runs hard. I mean, the little opportunities he got last year, you could see how hard he was running. He just found himself behind Anthony Grant and A.J. Allen and Ramir Johnson and a different coach, Mark Whipple, running things, a different running backs coach that came in last year, and Brian Applewhite. And, I think when you talk about coaching changes, he's a guy that, has kind of come out, with a nice fresh start here with a new staff.
Sean Callahan joins us from HuskerOnline.com, my dear colleague. Sean, Anthony Grant is suspended. Anthony Grant was Nebraska's leading rusher last year. What is your read on this situation? Will we see Grant at some point soon?
Yeah, that's interesting, that whole situation with Anthony Grant, because you don't really know what the parameters of the suspension are. I mean, it sounds like it's class-related, academic-related, from what Matt Rule said. You heard some grumblings of guys that might have missed a class or two, and I know they had those conditioning teams where they were on different teams this winter, and if one guy missed a class or something academic-related, your entire team was forced to run or do other punishments for that player. So I don't know if he was one of those guys in that situation. But, yeah, is this a one-week thing, a spring thing? How long is the suspension for both him and Tommy Hill? Those are two pretty significant guys, and we already know Lonte Brown not in Lincoln right now and, could very well be back, though, in May or June if his situation gets tied up.
Sean, we know there's been some position changes for some guys going to tight end. Janiarian Bonner from receiver to tight end. Jake Applegate also tight end now with a couple guys departing, Chris Hickman and James Carney. Now, there's been some buzz that people are talking about Heinrich Harburg moving positions. Do you buy anything here at all or not?
No, I think that's a little premature on Harburg. I mean, this is a guy that's put all his time and effort as a quarterback. I think, you had a reporter just ask him, would you ever be open to doing a position change? And
after the first practice of spring. Hello.
It's a tough thing to ask a young kid. What's he going to say? No, I'm a quarterback. But he was polite about it. But he's a quarterback right now, and could that change years down the road or months down the road? Sure. But right now, every rep and effort he's put in is as a quarterback since he's probably been about 12 years old. So, he's definitely athletic enough to play other positions. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Just go look at his track numbers, his athletic ability. He can do a lot of different things. But ultimately, right now, he's working as a quarterback.
Sean, what are you looking for from this defense this spring in terms of learning? It's a tough question, I know, but they're transitioning to a new defense. I guess the question for you would be, how profound a change do you think we're looking at in terms of what they're going to do?
Yeah, I'm just intrigued on how they're going to move around the different pieces and parts for this scheme, and how much different, if it will be different than what they did before. Because you've heard the coaches say before that. I mean, they were in a lot of three-man front before, obviously, or even 3-3-5 before. I mean, what will it ultimately look like with their personnel? Do they have enough up front in terms of the heavy bodies? And both, I think Sip, you and I both agree that they're at least a man or two down in that area. You saw them move Brody Tagaloa already. He's out for the spring, recovering. But that's kind of a sign like, yeah, we need more bodies on that group. And the newcomers, can any of these guys like Kai Whalen from American River College, can he make an impact? I'm not talking, sure, a freshman could creep up there, but could they go in the portal? I mean, there's a lot of intrigue on kind of what this is going to look like up front. I think they've got the linebackers. I think they've got the back end. Do they have enough in terms of those frontline bodies?
Okay, personal question, Sean Callahan. Personal.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to make this personal. Are you cheering for Creighton? Or are you a Jasker?
I live in Nebraska.
Jake's not going to like this.
He's
right, go ahead. So you're cheering for Creighton?
I grew up in Omaha. I went to Creighton games and Nebraska games.
Jasker.
I'm not a Jasker, but we were Altman people as a kid growing up. My mom was roommates with Dana's wife for 3 years at Kearney, UNK. And my dad went to college. He played football at Nebraska and Kearney with Dirk Altman, who Sip, you and I see. In
Beatrice, Dirk, yeah.
So especially when Dana Altman went to Nebraska, or went to Creighton at that time. We followed them at that point. They were the bottom of the conference back then. They were low level, and even Rick Johnson. I know Rick Johnson's brother. He lives in Lincoln here too. The coach before Dana Altman.
God, you're going
back.
Rick
Johnson's niece went to college with me, so I followed Creighton a long time. Tony Baroni days. You have to have a lot of respect for what they've done. Coach McDermott's a hell of a coach for what he's been able to do here with that transition to the Big East Conference.
Sean, good answer.
Yeah, good answer, Sean. Sean, always good stuff. Thank you for the time. We will chat with you again next week.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Sean Callahan, Husker Online.
Tony Baroni, R.I.P., right? Bill.
Yeah, I sent that to you. There was when they won the first round of the NCAA tournament, whatever the first round was, and Tony Baroni.
Tony Baroni.
And they have the camera in tight, and he was like, "Just get the effing ball."
Really?
Oh, that went live.
Yeah.
That went live. Yeah.
Tony was fired.
Yeah.
Tony was fired.
And he went to NM from is that
That's what he did. He went to A&M. It was always a strange fit. I thought it was a strange fit. And I don't think it worked out very well.
But what a great name.
Tony
Baroni.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to play for a Tony Baroni.
I don't remember. Was Baroni before Altman or after Altman?
Was that?
It was before.
Before.
It was before.
When Altman to McDermott right away. That was the first guy that replaced him. Yeah.
Okay. So Jake,
definitely
again, to review, 11:30 today is the send-off.
Yeah, I won't be there. I will not be in attendance in Omaha.
It's a send-off at Morris Soccer Stadium.
Yeah, if you want to go, you can. Maybe Sean might be there, apparently. I never know. I won't be there.
Yeah, it went Baroni, then it went to Johnson.
No, wait a second.
Went from Baroni to Johnson. And then it went to
Altman.
Must have been Altman then because it was.
No, there's Johnson between. Okay,
yeah,
Jake, check it out, please.
That's correct. And also,
how do you know that?
And his brother was Mitch Johnson.
Are you making stuff up at this point?
Mitch is the one who lives here in Lincoln. He's a friend of mine.
Really?
Went to Ewing. Went to Kearney State. Yeah.
This is an incredible burst of knowledge from you.
Yes.
Laura, are you listening? There's a skill.
So I was a big fan of Coach Johnson because of
Rick Johnson.
Yes, because of my friendship with Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, it might be hard.
Mitch was a great athlete.
We have not mentioned also with Creighton, Willis Reed passed away yesterday.
Yes, we should mention
age
that.
80. Age 80 was there for 3 years at Creighton also back in the 80s.
Yep. They've had some big name coaches at that place.
So Bill,
Eddie Sutton, Willis Reed,
that's right.
Dana Altman. Yeah. I mean, they've had a big. That's a story tradition.
Upon further research here, Tony Baroni was at Creighton from 1985 to 1991, and then it was Rick Johnson from 91 to 94. Dana Altman there from 95 to 2010, and Greg McDermott has been there ever since.
Altman there for 16 years. Is that what you just told me? That's amazing.
Yep.
And then he went to Arkansas for a day.
Yeah,
called the Hogs.
He did. He called the Hogs. Pig Sooie went home.
Went to Pig Sooie.
He came back
and said, "No, this isn't
for me."
Do you remember
that, Bill?
Was that no?
So Dana Altman left Creighton in 2008 maybe or 7
around that time,
and was hired by Arkansas. Goes down for the press conference. He calls the Hogs. Woo, Pig Sooie. The next day. He's like, I'm going back to Creighton. He backed out. He had the introduction press conference. Called the Hogs. He was gone the next day. He was introduced. He went back to Creighton.
That's outstanding.
It was incredible.
I can see him like on the flight down going, I'm not doing this like that. But all of a sudden to do that, actually have the.
He called the Hogs and left the next day.
It was really perplexing. It was a very perplexing story.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did see a rumor. There's Twitter is a pretty good handle. Coaching changes. There's some rumors about McDermott and Notre Dame possibly.
Okay.
Now I'm not sure what that's going to happen.
I'd follow that closely.
Rumors.
No.
But
that rumor sounds real.
If you are a Creighton fan, you're not freaking out.
Why?
Because if McDermott were to go to Notre Dame, Darren DeVries at Drake is your first option. He's your first call and your last call, and he would come in a heartbeat. He's a former Creighton assistant.
Okay.
Drake has been very solid in the Missouri Valley.
Yes,
they made the dance this year. They lost to Miami close this year.
They're talented.
That's a no-brainer guy they would get, and he would go to Creighton.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this, though. I would say this. If DeVries, for some reason, didn't want to take it, I would panic.
Yes, but I don't know why he wouldn't take it.
McDermott has – think of what McDermott has done. That's going to be hard to replace. You could say
this is rumors. If he were
no, what? Listen, I wasn't born yesterday. I've been hearing stuff. I'd watch that closely. I'd watch that very closely, McDermott.
I would too.
Yeah.
So I can see it in Sipple's eyes.
Yeah.
I see it. That's like.
Well, you have. I didn't know you had deep Creighton connections.
Well, and then Rick Johnson now runs a very successful computer software company.
Bill knows everything.
What? We should make him a full-time part of the show.
I'm not. I'm just a guest. I'm an unemployed guest.
Can you sit in tomorrow?
So you guys can dangle that on me because he's like he has no other options. Why would we? Why would we add him on the show? He has no place else to go.
Let's just see how this goes before we.
We said right away we're going to do 32 weeks and then just see what.
It's a 32-week trial.
This deep Creighton knowledge might have put me over the edge on this guy.
But,
Rick Johnson
I'll be free at 8:01 today.
At 8:01, he's a free man.
8:16 when Jake cuts off the spillover.
That's right. When we come back, song of the day and the mailbag next on Early Break on the Ticket.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. No need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle, Lincoln's best indoor golf simulator. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician. Clean driving record. Experience is not required, as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store, Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the association for new hire. The Continental Dacket. Come work at Continental.
Here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you way in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at KoppelCars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? Got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Are you planting spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical line equipment to give crew access. Visit LES.com/trees to learn more.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your pleasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion in the discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I never met a good.
Song of the day, Get Ready by the Temptations. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers today. Once again, your song of the day from 1966, Get Ready by the Temptations. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Home run, Jake. You hit a home run.
Can I tell you why I played that real quick?
Yeah, please.
I just saw yesterday that the Temptations are coming to Omaha April 22nd.
Really?
Where are they playing?
The Orpheum Theater.
The Temptations.
Downtown.
Okay, now I got to think about that.
That's one.
Jake, encourage me to go.
You should go.
That's got to be live remote.
I think
That's gotta be
actually
live
they
remote.
might be doing two. I think you might have said the 22nd and the 23rd.
We got to
with-
do a remote.
with the Omaha
Can we do a
Symphony.
remote at some time?
Yes, we're doing a remote.
This would be the time to do it. The Temptations? You kidding me?
Well, now, we'd set up at the Orpheum, and there'd be nobody there in the morning. That's the thing.
Maybe we get the Temptations on the show to sing.
Maybe
with us.
sound check. Maybe
Yeah.
sound check.
They can come sing, on the show.
Jake, that was incredible.
Thank you. Yesterday you said it's me tough to top Mambo number 5, which was yesterday by Lou Bega.
You still didn't top that, but because that was out in the atmosphere. I should have gave like a 14.
You just call it Mambo number 5.
That's the song.
Is it Mamba number 5 or
Mambo?
Mambo.
Check that, Josh. I think it was Mambo.
Mambo. I think it's Mom. I said Mambo.
Yeah, I say Mambo.
You think it's Mamba?
Yeah.
Ooh, it might be Mamba. You're right.
I don't know.
Mambo number 5 sounded funny to me.
Let's check.
I don't know.
I think it's Mamba.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's Mamba number 5. Mambo sounds
No,
funny.
it's Mambo. I
Is
was
it?
right. Mambo number 5.
Well, you and O'Neill dancing
You were
to
there.
it.
You were there. I would love to see Jake dancing. I would love to see it. Just imagine he'd be a foot taller than everybody.
I've seen it.
I'd like to
With
see-
some libations.
Yes.
in
Oh,
Yeah, what was that
absolutely.
little town in Iowa where you were you had your shirt off? Like,
yeah, that was Neola.
Like the Arkansas. Neola.
Yeah.
Neola.
He had his shirt off. There's video.
on the stage with the tambourine.
Who's the Arkansas coach?
Dan
That's-
No.
No, Arkansas.
I thought you were talking
coach.
about
Musselman.
Eric Musselman. Sorry.
Yeah, he was like
Musselman of
Neola, Iowa.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes,
God,
Get
Jake.
Ready by the Temptations, the song today.
What year was that?
1966.
The year I was born.
Yep.
Nope, that wasn't the year I was born.
Yes, it
Born.
was. Nope. That's too
Yeah,
bad. He's trying to.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
bad. You gave it
Oh,
away.
too bad.
We can all do math here.
9.3, 9.3, 9.3.
Bill,
How about the getting ready? Because here I come.
You like the
here's the best line right here. Fee fi fo fum. Getting ready. Because here I come. That's as good of lyrics. That's as good of songwriting. That's Nashville-esque. That's
John Lennon.
What do you guys go with like that? I thought, well, I like fee fi fo
Go,
fum.
go, fee fi fo fum. Here I come.
Here I come. Let's make that into a song. And then they just killed it. Because they also had choreography with that song.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they were.
Temptations were all about
everyone was wearing the
choreography.
same outfit, the same. There's probably a vest with a collar, like that. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful
I'm
vest.
gonna go 8-8.
All right.
All right,
High
two
scores
high
again.
scores.
Back-to-back high
Yeah,
scores.
two high
We'll go with
scores.
that. Some ratings here before we get to the mailbag. Let's see. Great. A 10 from John. Phil says 8. Leroy, 5.5. Who in Columbus? Bill? Bird goes with a 3. He's drinking his coffee. Drinking it real quick.
Let's get real quick like that.
I put him on the spot.
Pick them up.
Nyla, a 10.
Nyla.
Nice.
That's our Nyla. Thanks.
Is
again,
that Cookie Nyla?
Nyla.
Nice.
Thanks again, Nyla.
Ryan in Delaware says that's way better than yesterday's debacle. 6 out of 10. Jennifer, 9. Hubby, 8.5. They said love it.
Well, see, now remember, Jennifer and hubby, where did I see him this year?
You saw him in Motown.
Well, I didn't see him. I saw him in Ann Arbor at
I
the
thought something
airport,
in
but they had
Detroit.
went to Motown that week.
Okay.
Jennifer and hubby went to Motown and gave it good reviews.
Kyle in Hooper goes with the 5.8.
Okay.
Hooper Logan View.
That's right. 9 from Rod, 7.5 from Doug and Lincoln. Huffy, a 3.1, says no thank you.
Okay, I'm going to respect it.
Corey,
Fee fi fo fum.
Yeah, come on. Corey in Lincoln says 8. It would be a 9 if not for a lack of originality there. I haven't played that song before. I've never played that one.
Took a shot at you.
You hate
Fired
that?
one across
What
the
else
bow.
is new from Corey? 8.4
God
from
bless Corey.
Houston. Pig Farmer of Waverly says Motown, 9.7.
Okay, pigs with us. I love it.
The pigs are here.
Yeah.
The pigs are swaying back and forth.
Yeah, now this is nice. Is this a nice day for pigs?
It's pretty nice out there. Yeah, it's nice.
Felt like Halloween.
They don't mind the wet. they don't mind the wetness. They're slopping around out there. Right.
Yeah. They're a moist animal.
Sebastian's dad says 6.8. Sebastian, who you have ridiculed on the game show before.
Ridiculed.
What?
Sebastian's dad, who you're taking on Sebastian, his son.
I've taken on his son, yeah.
You have. His dad says 6.8.
I said, you going to be okay with school after I beat you? That was questionable. It was questionable.
All right, before the mailbag, let me legalize it real quick. 1 second.
And shut up,
This is
Sybil.
Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Without further ado, let us get to the mailbag right now. You like that? Way to describe that?
It's very
The lead
odd.
into that?
It's very
The
odd.
mailbag is sponsored by Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial. To plan for your financial future and learn about member benefits, get to know your Modern Woodman rep today, Sean Erickson. Call him to start the conversation at 402-483-6515. To the mailbag, here is our first question from Kelly, longtime participant here. Kelly says, a positive of being a Nebraska fan is there is no heartbreak when it comes to March Madness. But I thought about some other fan bases this weekend. Which of these endings would be most frustrating / embarrassing to watch as a
this is
fan?
a good question.
4 scenarios here, ready?
Oh.
Okay, here's number 1. Your coach mismanages the end of the game and then throws a water bottle across the gym. Memphis. Okay, that's 1. Number 2, as a number 1 seed, you get upset before the Sweet 16 and have to watch the opposing coach take his shirt off. Kansas. 3rd, your star player is yelling at his teammates and punching a chair as the season is slipping away. NC State against Creighton. And number 4, most of the arena is cheering against your team as they are being upset by a double-digit seed, Arizona, Purdue, etc.
4 would be really rough.
What's
Hey,
the worst there, Bill?
For me, it'd be 1.
Okay.
For me, it'd be 1. It'd be the mismanagement and then the
Coach mismanagement.
Yeah, you just be like going like, what is that? And then also in that same scenario with Memphis, I told you that's where they had all the infighting. I mean, they're a team. It wasn't like you don't look at the team and just go like you're like going, those are my guys. Who are they? The ones yelling at each other all the time like that.
Yeah.
If you were together,
Bad look.
yeah, that'd bother me the most.
Yeah, that would be hard because it should be a feel-good moment for your program, and now your guys are infighting on the court and on national TV, and you're losing. It's a pretty bad look. Although I'm still going Purdue. I mean, that's a rough night.
Yeah,
for
that's
Purdue.
the worst way to go out.
Oh,
Anytime
God.
you're a 1 seed and lose to a 16 seed, you just can't do
And
that.
the
That's
arena,
worst. It's cheering against you.
Well, and the nation's really cheering.
Yeah,
against
everyone's
everyone's
going
cheering.
against you.
Yeah.
When I was in the Roca Tavern,
Yeah.
there wasn't one person go, Hope Purdue hits this. We got Big Ten.
No,
Everybody's
nobody was
like, go FDU.
No,
Come on,
come
upset.
on.
Let's
Pull
go.
this thing off. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Hey,
Great question.
Hey, by the way, Kelly's
wonderful.
Kelly's a mailbag freak.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Now, I like this one also. This is from Michael, another staple of the mailbag.
Okay.
Michael says, what is a restaurant that you thought was a 5-star fine dining when you were younger that you don't like anymore?
I don't want to cast aspersions.
Well, go with the national chain.
Okay.
Nothing local.
Okay. I can. Bill, I'll think about. I can.
Applebee's. Applebee's, I thought when I was a kid was.
Stop.
It's not five. It's
You're
not
coming,
a 5.
You're taking a shot at Applebee's?
Yeah, really? Let's just stop that.
Well, it's not a 5-star
walk away
anymore.
from
It's
this one.
not a
Walk
5-star,
away.
Bill.
Jake.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Back.
I
this
like
one. Yeah, back
Apple.
this-
No,
Go to Omaha.
Yeah.
Do your J-skirt
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Back away from Applebee's. I'll lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I'm not bashing Applebee's,
You
but
did.
it's not
What
a
are you saying?
5-star. It's not a 5-star. It's good. It's solid. It's just that was the go-to sports
The
bar
whole
forever.
question was about what let you down, or a place
No,
that you
it's-
thought
it's-
was great that now lets you
I
down.
don't think I've ever been to a 5-star restaurant. I'm saying Bonanza. Big let down.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. I'm choosing one that doesn't
You're going to a
exist so I
place
don't
that's
offend
gone.
people.
You're going to a place that's
There's
gone.
how many Applebee's in Lincoln did you just offend? 3?
Yeah.
There's 3 minimum.
2, I think.
No, there's 3 minimum. There's one on North 27th.
yeah, you're right.
There's
That
one
was
at the
still
mall, and there's one south.
Here's why
Yeah.
this hits a real sensitive spot with me.
Yeah.
So I always talk about to the team, the whole unit like that, especially if I'm talking to everybody, it's like, here's how I'm going to judge you if you're in Applebee's right side of the menu. And they're like, what's that mean? It's like, if I see you in 10 years at the airport, so if I see Colton Feast.
Yeah, Colton.
Colton at the airport, and we're in Chicago, and Applebee's is right there, I would buy him the right side of the menu and 2 desserts. Because he's just such for what he did, how he carried himself, all that. So I always use Applebee's. Doesn't matter. The point is that's how you find out if a guy's a great guy for you.
Why would you do that?
I'm not offended. I just said that was like the go-to sports bar. We've had a lot of them come since I was a kid that have been developed.
I'm
Well,
shocked
this show
you would go
turned.
there.
This show really
There was no
turned.
shot at Applebee's. It's not a
This show
5-star.
really
It's
turned.
good. It's solid.
Well, I'll tell you a 5-star that's missing now. Back in the day when you were looking at that, if you want to, hey, where you guys going to eat at? We're going to Tony Luigi's. That was big.
Tony
Tony Luigi's. You're like, whoa. That, if you took a date to Tony Luigi's, it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Well, you could say TGI Fridays also, right? That was like right in this.
Oh
area.
God, I had
right here.
I had a hamburger one time there, and it tasted like they mopped over it and then served it.
Well, that's
I'm
not
sorry,
ideal. That's not
no,
ideal.
it tasted like they mopped over it. I
That
have
wouldn't
think
happen
they,
at Tony Luigi's.
No,
I believe there was one like right in this area.
no, there was one. Yeah, exactly.
Right here,
like
right?
I think it was this building.
I think. Hold it. We're in TGI. We're in TGI Fridays.
Where's the mop at?
It was right. Yeah, Jake, you're right. It was right here. It might have been where A1 Pawn is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just up.
I think it might have been on that
just north
corner.
of us here.
Yeah.
Just north of us.
Is where A1 Pawn is.
Okay.
And there's a hemp shop there. Go
That's
figure.
right. Yeah.
I know there
Yeah.
used to be one like on
The plug.
Was it 56 and Highway 2? Wasn't there one there out there?
There,
I
yeah,
think
there
there
might
was
have
one
been.
out there.
Wow, Jake.
Thank you to our
We'll
mailbag.
give you a pass
Sponsored
on
by
that.
Modern Women Fraternal Financial. Call Sean Erickson today.
All right, Sean.
402-483-6515. I'm not offending anybody on Applebee's. I like Applebee's still. It's just not a 5-star like it used to be. There's a lot of options.
Was it ever a 5-star?
I don't think it was.
In terms of like sports bars, yeah, that's the place you went to. And then now
not
there's
a
been
sports
millions
bar.
of them since then.
You've botched this whole.
I did not botch it. I didn't botch it.
You've botched it fully.
Because it
I
didn't,
don't think
it
it's a
didn't
sports
ask
bar.
about, the question was which one's gone. It said what was a 5-star that no longer is to you.
Just one question before we go to break: is Applebee's a sports bar that I just didn't know about?
It's a sports bar.
I don't think so. It's a
They
sports. I
have-
don't see it. They have just because they have
Okay.
a TV. Oh, they have a TV, so it's a sports
Yeah.
bar. That doesn't count, Jake.
We'll ask people
Doesn't count.
after the break.
Okay.
Is
Doesn't count.
Applebee's
Yeah.
a sports bar?
464-5685.
Text
We'll
us.
discuss
Text
that and more next on Early Break on the Ticket.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michael's Clothier Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media. Fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, better than Gary Michael's Clothing Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus Build a better career day with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer. Arsenal's great season continued over the weekend with a 3-0 win over Fulham, extending their win streak to 5 matches. Second place Man City had a narrow 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace and now have won 4 of their last 5 matches. Man U remains in 3rd place but had a disappointing scoreless draw against last place Southampton. Arsenal's at Crystal Palace this weekend, and you can catch that and all the EPL matches at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket at 8th and P.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain is all ruined. Risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. Same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93 of the tickets, Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
Sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Thanks for all the texts coming in at 402-464-5685. You can always watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. The show is sponsored by Gaina Trucking. So before we get into any sort of sports talk this hour, we have to address the question that was posed before the break, which I brought. The question was from the mailbag. What is a former 5-star restaurant that's no longer that? I said Applebee's, and I got bashed by both of you guys.
I'm not bashed.
And I said I would still eat at Applebee's. It's just back in the late 90s. That was the go-to spot. It's not the go-to spot anymore. And who could deny that?
Why are you digging your hole here?
Yeah, just go to the text line.
Put a cap on.
Go to the text line.
So we asked. I described it as a sports bar, and we asked the
Put
question.
a pin in it.
What is Applebee's? Is Applebee's a sports bar? How would you describe what Applebee's is? We have a lot of people that have thoughts on this. So we'll go to the text line. You guys said not a sports bar. I said I would describe it as a type of sports bar.
I was really, really taken aback when you kept saying sports bar.
Yeah. So from
you got your own text, then we'll get to the text
from my
line.
nephew, Skylar Schindler.
Skylar Schindler.
No one has ever said, "Hey, let's go to Applebee's to watch the game."
Fair.
Yeah. And they also just text, "This is a strange hill for Jake to die on."
Well, I'm not dying on the hill. I'm taking suggestions here, considerations.
I was
here.
totally taken aback by you. You kept referring to it
where's
as
the
a sports
percentage
bar.
at on
I don't
this
know
one?
Well, I haven't tallied it up,
Yeah,
but let's just read the response here because there's a lot of people who have thoughts about what Applebee's is and what it isn't. Okay, here's the text line. Nancy, definitely not a sports bar. Okay, the milkman says, I remember as a kid going to. Oh, sorry, that was about Sizzler. She was saying.
Oh, Sizzler. Thank you. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I was looking for that one. Lincoln used to have a Sizzler.
Yeah. James says it's a neighborhood grill, which you could associate somewhat of a sports bar. No.
How do you, no, don't try to do it.
Yeah.
You're trying too hard here. Keep going.
Okay, Brian says suggesting that Applebee's is a sports bar is laughable.
Yeah. Again, thank you.
Colt says it's a sports restaurant. What's the difference here?
Yeah,
what are we talking
Someone says sports bar. It is. That's unnamed texter says sports bar.
Unnamed, of course. Of course.
He's the general manager of the North 27.
Exactly.
Kyle says it's a neighborhood grill, not a sports bar. Okay. Applebee's. Joe in Boulder says no. It's definitely not a sports bar. Bird in Columbus. Bird.
Thank you.
Says I was thrown out of an Applebee's.
Bird.
During the first day of the tournament, it was like I was treating it like a sports bar. Was told it is not a sports bar.
Damn it! I was enjoying myself cheering, and I got thrown out because it's not a sports bar.
Doesn't that settle? Doesn't that settle?
Bird.
Oh, I mean,
See?
case closed. Jake.
Yeah, case closed, Bird. Thank you.
He said he follows up saying he had a gift card to burn up. He was only going there for drinks. Got out of hand. Got kicked out. Not a sports
I wonder
bar.
how you got kicked out of
I
Apple.
think he had too many libations and probably got a little too loud for Applebee's liking.
Probably cheering for the.
But
it's a
what's
restaurant.
on TV whenever you go to Applebee's and it has a ton of TVs?
Sports.
There's sports on.
Yeah,
That
I
has to
wouldn't
mean
say
something.
a ton of TVs.
There are.
Let's slow
There's
it
quite
down.
a few.
There's usually one.
No, there's more than
probably
one
three.
TV. There's more than one TV. At
There might be
Applebee's.
4 at the most. Jake.
Yeah.
Jake. I go to Applebee's.
Kelsey says, Jake, you suck. It's not a sports bar.
Jake, you suck. They were personal.
We got personal here.
Got personal.
Sean P, not a sports bar. Okay, so in general, Downtown Scott says Jake is a maniac here.
Yeah.
I'm not dying on a hill. I'm willing to. I can accept that I am wrong.
Okay.
This
Well, no,
stance.
I know you can. You
But-
do that well.
I don't think you
But-
suck, though. I
No.
don't think-
Thank you, Bill. But I still I go to Applebee's and I do watch sports there. So there has to be something. And like I said earlier,
Stop.
the Applebee's that's no longer at by the Lead Center downtown.
Sure.
They had a lot of sports stuff in there. It was a shrine of stuff.
And
There
you
was
know what the-
jerseys, there's pictures of Husker stuff. That had to mean something.
The
to
North 27th one also had a lot of sports memorabilia, and I don't know if it still does, but it did at one point. That was our go-to. I've gone to the one in the mall now. And they don't have. I don't think there's a lot of sports memorabilia there.
Big Easy says, is Jake volunteering to watch the next round of games, Sweet 16, Elite 8 at Applebee's? Sure, why not? Let's
You go
check-
watch the Dolphins
let's
at
try it out.
Applebee's?
No, I'm not doing.
Yeah, so thank you. Once again,
Problem
problem
They don't
solved.
have-
Where do you go? Where do you go?
Bird got thrown.
Tell me the place that you go to watch the Dolphins. What's the name of it?
The restaurant is Brewski's.
Okay, I thought you went to Sportscasters.
No, I don't go to. I like Sportscasters.
Okay.
Shout out to Dave, good guy out
Yeah.
there. But I do like. I go to Brewski's. It's
Brewski's
close
is a
by my
sports
house.
bar.
I walk there. I walk back.
How many TVs do you think are on Brewski's?
The one I go to?
Yeah.
probably
20?
40.
Yeah,
That's a sports bar, Jake.
30 to 40.
Okay,
Jake,
30 to 40 versus 3 to 4.
Jake, have you ever
Okay.
have you ever been in the lounge at Venue Lounge?
Yes.
Been in the Venue Lounge.
Yeah.
They have a TV
They do
there.
have sports.
And there's sports on it. I've never ever said let's go to the let's go.
Bill
to,
knows I've been to Venue. I saw him there once.
Exactly. So I'm like, hey, let's go there. Let's go to Venue. Why? Sports bar.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good take, Bill.
Okay, Brewski's 30 to 40 TVs
I'd
with
say-
sports on them.
Yep.
Applebee's 3 to 4.
Okay, fine. All right, you got me. All right, I'll take the L.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we discussed Tony Mitchell, coffee talk.
Yes. Okay. So yesterday we brought up Alabama situation. We played the audio from Nick Saban, who was, I thought taking a shot at Nate Oates regarding the situation.
Tony Mitchell is the person we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Tony Mitchell was a freshman at Alabama.
DB.
Yes, was going 141 miles per hour, right? Which
in
is,
his what?
Now,
Dodge Charger, right?
Dodge Charger.
Dodge Charger.
According to no, we got a little problem on that. This is, and a lot of car buffs will take us on. ESPN reported as a black Dodge Challenger.
Challenger. Okay.
Charger Challenger is easy to mix up.
Yeah.
Not if you know cars.
Yeah.
Challenger's the bigger one, I would
Okay,
say.
yeah.
But it can cook, evidently. It can cook. 140.
And what did you say went bad here? What do you think it was?
This might have been an NIL deal gone bad. Now, he's going 141 with 8 ounces of marijuana and a gun.
And cash.
Yeah, $7,000 of cash.
And also outright.
What could possibly go wrong?
He wasn't just driving he hit 141, eluding the police.
He was eluding the police because his friend said, punch it.
Punch it.
Oh, he punched it.
He punched it.
He punched it.
Imagine that one in the court. Well, why were you my friend?
My buddy said punch it.
He said punch it.
Come on, you told me to.
He said punch it. He got that
It was a
going
dare.
141.
Yeah.
141.
Better not be any turns in the road.
Now, he
Any
might
sharp
be able to
turns.
turn this into an NIL deal.
With Dodge.
The Dodge. Look what this baby can do.
How fast
He
his
can
car
say,
can
I
go.
almost got away.
Yeah, I almost got away.
I didn't get away. I'm sorry if I offended anybody.
No,
it's 141.
141. So, Nick, I don't know what you do. That kid, by the way, that kid's 6'1", 205 corner. And he was a 4-star. I bet they cut him some slack. I started looking at his film last night.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember we had a caller that said, well, if that happened to Tua or the starting quarterback, he'd be swept under the rug. I go, I don't think so.
No.
Not at 141
miles per hour.
Intent to
Come
deliver
on, they're kids.
cash.
They're kids.
Oh, yeah, he might be
firearms.
in trouble here.
Yeah, I
You're
think
right.
that's one to be. You'd have a hard time with that
All
one.
right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. I think you got to monitor this like we monitored Northwestern baseball, which I don't know.
We
what's
haven't
happening.
updated Northwestern
No,
baseball.
We don't.
They're still playing games.
They're
We know
still playing.
the season's still going.
Check their record, Josh, would you, Northwestern?
Yeah, we need to know.
Grease board
have
that,
they
please.
won a game yet? They're at one point like 0-8 or 0-9 when we discovered this.
No ties.
The
though.
the thing about the Alabama story that hits you is, now listen, I don't want to joke around about this necessarily. Well, how many guys are packing down there? Or how many? There's a lot of guns around. It seems like, that the basketball incident was obviously there's a gun,
right?
And now this kid, he's with a kid. Now Tony Mitchell.
Northwestern's 1-13 per Josh. Thank you, Josh.
Well, they don't have pitching coach.
Hitting coaches.
They have neither a pitching coach nor a hitting coach. What would you expect?
Are they throwing underhand?
And they won a game. Who'd they beat?
Find out who they beat.
What was the score, Josh? Thank you. What was they for 1-13?
Northwestern baseball is 1-13.
They have a win though. They're not winless. They've got something out there without a hitting coach or pitching coach or director of operations.
Yeah, Alabama. What I would be concerned about if I were the AD is that what kind of culture do we have here? It seems like there's a lot of gun talk.
Beat Butler.
Butter.
Look, it says
They
butter.
beat Butter.
It says butter.
They beat Butler 5-1. Which is the one win for Northwestern. They're not winless. 1-13.
They whipped Butter. Coffee talk. No big
coffee.
whoop.
No big whoop.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Okay,
We'll deal with
You
the
wanna go to
spelling
Bama?
issue.
Who was
later.
the pitcher at Butler that day?
Yeah,
who's got to be like
he lost
beside himself?
You lost to Northwestern. What's wrong with you? You don't have a hitting coach. They have nobody instructing them at all. They're not doing any
Yeah,
practice.
if I were the Butler coach, I'd say, "No, guys, we just lost to a team that has neither a pitching coach nor a hitting coach.
or a
program.
or a DFL. They lost him too. They're not going.
Everybody's gone.
Everyone's
He's the
gone.
manager.
All they have is a manager over there. Oh God, he's doing everything.
Northwestern comes to Lincoln at some point this year. Yeah, Alabama, I don't know. I'd look at that situation if I were the AD. I mean, they're really rolling think about Alabama right now. We all know about the football success. Listen, they could win it all in basketball. I mean, they got that kind of team. And with all this stuff going on, I would tell the coaches if I were the AD, we got to clean it up. Okay.
I think it's amazing though. When both programs are good, like there is a rivalry there. Like think about Kentucky right now, where Mark Stoops was trying to was taking some shots at Calipari recently at Kentucky. They're not a 1 seed. They're not top of college.
Because Calipari says it's a basketball school.
He did. He did. Like there's when both programs are doing well, I guess there's a rivalry at the top. Nick Saban did not directly call out Nate Oates, but it sounded like
clear shot.
He took a pretty clear shot about there's no such thing as wrong place, wrong time. Does not exist.
Yeah.
This is how we handle discipline here. Yeah. When things are unknown or dicey, we go this way first.
We'll see though. Now let's see. Let's see what he does with Tony Mitchell.
He's suspended right now.
Yeah. Before I pat him on the back too much for being a disciplinarian, let's see what happens with Tony Mitchell. I think Bill's probably right. I don't know if you can intent to deliver. You got $7,000 in cash. Your buddy's got a gun, and you're going 141. I don't know. That just sounds like bad decision making.
It's a lot.
I mean, come on.
Take that one in front of.
Yeah, you might send him off to Auburn or somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Well, he'll be. Maybe.
Yeah, he'll go play somewhere, right? Maybe not.
I don't know. Okay, I want to get to a couple texts here before we move on. I do want to get to Dalton Schultz here in a second. The story there. Yeah. I think it's incredible. We do have a few more Applebee's texts.
Okay.
Can we go back to that real quick?
You shouldn't go back to this. Isn't as painful for you.
No, it's not painful. I like that people have a lot of thoughts on this. There's a lot of different.
Applebee's, is it a sports bar in any sense?
Here's a couple texts. This is from unnamed texter again. Oh no, actually, this is LJ. LJ in Lincoln says, Applebee's ran a marketing campaign in the 2000s that was very sports heavy. They tried to get local high school and college memorabilia and have the sports bar vibe, but as you might imagine, it didn't go as well as they had hoped. But they tried. They were trying to be a sports bar.
Early 2000s?
And you saw that there was stuff all over the
There
Applebee's.
was. The North 27th Applebee's had quite an array of Nebraska stuff.
There's one in York that had just GI or York, I forget. It was just packed.
GI or York, I forget which one.
Now, Drew, I forget where I was at. Drew in Lincoln says another argument for Jake. For
that's why we're going back to it because that's why we're going back
on the list.
Yes,
Right, he says, and when you go into an Applebee's, you see a lot of Husker and local sports pictures. So again, they're trying to be a fake sports bar.
Still a fake sports bar.
That's as far as I'll go.
3 TVs to 40. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
fine. Okay,
right.
fine.
Let's go to our tight end.
Yeah. So I
mentioned
this yesterday on the rundown, and you were captivated by this.
I was captivated too. I was.
Okay, so Dalton Schultz is a tight end that was for the Cowboys.
Really good player.
He had in front of him an offer from the Cowboys of 3 years, $36 million. He decided to bet on himself and see what he could do in free agency. So declines that offer basically and said, I'm going to go test the waters. It's not a very good year for tight ends in free agency. They're not getting money they want to get. They're not getting
Why is that, though? Do you know?
Because it's a very heavy draft for tight ends.
Okay.
There's a lot of good tight ends in the draft coming up here. With that being said, yesterday or over the last 2 days, Dalton Schultz did sign a contract with the Houston Texans, so he stays in Texas. The problem is he was going to get $12 million from the Cowboys over 3 years, $12 million apiece.
Yeah.
He signed a contract for $6.25 million.
Yeah, guaranteed. With incentives, it can get to 9. With incentives,
so with the incentives, you're still losing $3 million per year, and it's a 1-year contract for Dalton
And you
Schultz.
just signed on with the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes,
a terrible
So the
organization.
chance of you having a breakout year is be very slim. But that's a big hunk of money.
He took a hit. Now here's the thing. Now the one thing about this as you read the story as it developed throughout the day, his agent said those reports of a 3-year, $36 million deal. They're
of course
untrue.
They say that.
I know.
Of course, the agent says that. Oh,
yeah,
come
the
on,
agent
it's
better
not
be
real.
saying
Be saying that. Oh, who said
he disputed the
If
report.
what was said is accurate, somebody's gonna be like, "Who talked him into it? Was it agent? Was it your wife? Was it your parents?" Somebody's like, "Don't do it, man."
No, I'd fire the wife and the agent.
You got to get out there. You got to get out there. You're worth way more.
Yeah.
12 mil is good for a tight end per year. That's really good in the NFL.
You're Gronk, man. You got to get more money. All of a sudden,
How about cut that in half?
That'd be
57 catches last year, 577 yards. He's good.
He's a good player. Oh, yeah. He's a good player.
And there's this. You ever been to Frisco, Texas?
Yeah, I have.
It's really nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have.
yeah.
It's
I
really
have
nice.
been there, yeah.
They have the state,
Recently.
everything. The Cowboys are the most decorated team in the NFL. They're worth whatever, like
Oh, yeah.
like $10 billion.
Yeah, they're
they have everything.
Yeah,
like
their like practice facility
Oh, it's
is like
unreal.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
I mean, it is incredible.
I mean, all of a sudden it's like then you're going to Houston.
Hey, come on. DP and J have talked about that organization.
Texans, yeah.
Oh God, that just sounds like a train wreck. I can't even take the Texans seriously after what I've heard. I can't.
Who's their quarterback? Don't even know. People
They
want to
don't have one because Davis Mills was
They're
their guy.
playing with 10. That's hard. They're really behind. They're in a pickle.
They were trying to see if Davis Mills could be their quarterback of the future, and he failed miserably in that role last year. And so they're going to go draft a quarterback here with the number 2 pick, likely.
Okay.
Probably. Either Stroud or Bryce Young, or maybe
think
Anthony
about
Richardson.
think about that. If you're Stroud or Bryce Young, and you have this, you might be going to the Texans. I mean, that would.
Well, Joe Burrow goes to the Bengals, and they turn it around pretty
but the
quickly.
Bengals organization isn't a train wreck. They've been playoff bound a lot.
That's true. They had
They've been.
correct.
Marvin Lewis
You're
got
right.
them there a lot, right?
Well, the Texans made it with Deshaun Watson quite often. They were in the playoffs pretty consistently.
Okay.
They did a pretty good job.
But yeah, Bill O'Brien did okay.
O'Brien was
He
okay.
did.
You just crunch the numbers. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He did all right. It didn't get him as far as he wanted to get.
Okay.
But he was good.
Okay. They got issues in that organization, though. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, Bill O'Brien had the Texans in the divisional round against the Chiefs. They had 24-0 lead.
Okay,
and
let's
blew
just say it. There's some
in the playoffs.
organization you wonder if they're even trying to win, and that's an organization I wonder about.
At the moment,
yeah, are they even trying to?
well, Dalton Schultz is going there without a quarterback. Maybe he has a rookie revelation there throwing him the ball this year, but other than that, not good. He lost a lot of money yesterday.
Yeah, that was an amazing story.
Got a contract, but he gave a lot of money up to do so.
It's just
to
the
bet
only-
on himself, baby.
The only thing is, it's possible those reports are wrong.
But I'd highly doubt that it was that wrong. That's $6 million to $36 million.
Yeah.
For 1 year. I mean, I doubt it's that wrong.
I'd like to hear what Dalton says, but I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't want to go into the media and talk about what I'm making too much as an NFL player or anybody, right?
No.
I don't want to go.
I wonder if we
address
hear that agent gets fired here soon. The agent that denied that the 3 years, $12 million per year is on the table. Let's see if he stays as the agent here. If he does,
said there was nothing like that on the table.
Well, he says that because he has to save his own.
Oh
Right
yeah,
now.
yeah. You got to save your bacon.
Let's see how long that guy is the agent for Dalton Schultz here. So, rough day for Dalton, but he's still getting a lot of money. He's still getting millions of dollars, just not as much as he could have.
Now, what's on the other end here?
When we come back, it is time for Bills Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. It's Wild Card Wednesday.
We got a good one,
Wild
too.
Card Wednesday. We got that. I'm gonna give a little teaser here.
Teaser.
It's about old school music history.
Oh, boy. You don't want to miss that next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Internet. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Areas of fog this morning, then becoming partly sunny with a high of around 53 and north-northeast wind at around 10 to 15. Overnight increasing cloud cover, could see some showers move into the region late, a low down to around 33. Mostly cloudy and cooler tomorrow with a high of 49. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit-SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know, the texts are still flowing in today. I like that. 402.
The text line has been on a heater.
Yeah, it is on a heater. Your personal text line, your personal text line,
Yeah.
my personal text line, and the station text line.
You guys get way more texts than I do.
You get a lot of
I don't
texts.
know, you're very popular.
No, I'm not very popular.
It goes back to Golden Gloves. when you wore the black shoes. Yeah.
I wore big black boots.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I was Irish because I wore green,
Yeah.
long shorts and black boots.
Yeah.
Wasn't Irish. I'm not Irish.
Yeah, he
Wasn't then.
He wasn't then, but is he now?
No,
Is
I'm
he
not.
Have you-
Okay,
have you
Jake, can
changed
you
your
change
heritage
that?
here?
What are you hearing on the text line now?
Yeah,
Well, just more bashing at my Applebee's stands here. It's incredible.
It's a very strange take by you.
Yeah.
It gets stranger the more I think about it.
The longer it goes, the more odd it gets. Yeah.
Larry says this. No, this is Larry says years ago they had the Tim Miles weekly radio show at Applebee's. There were numerous TVs all over, so at that time it was a sports bar.
No.
I'm going to still disagree,
No.
but I'm not
I
gonna.
appreciate that, though. They had Tim Miles.
That's a great story.
See, I know that our friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings, when they had the spot in the rail yard, they had the show there at one point. And then it was a Hopcat, so it's bounced around. I don't remember it at Applebee's. I don't know if that's which one that was at, if that's true.
Let's go to our good friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings and just estimate how many TVs are in there.
There's a lot. Oh, there's.
I'm going to say a hundo.
No.
50?
I don't know. There's a lot. It's
60 or
it's a
something?
nice
That's a
setup.
sports bar.
You know what? I didn't get one onion ring when I was there. No one offered me an onion ring.
You didn't steal one from
Didn't steal,
anybody? Did
didn't
you steal
offer
one from anybody?
Talked
No,
to a
but
lot
I
of
think
great.
you-
Talked to a lot of great people
Yeah.
out there. Wow.
You didn't steal any onion rings?
Oh.
No, Katrinka didn't have them. I was talking to Katrinka most of the time. Our friend Katrinka, friend of the show.
And Paul Klempa was already done with his food.
Paul
You
Klempa.
couldn't steal any food from
Paul
What a name.
Klempa.
Hey, Klempa.
Klempa.
Klempa's a great name.
Klempa. Jake, I don't know if you know this. Klempa, he's the bowling coach at Nebraska. He was seated with Julia Bond, who was all-American bowler.
Right.
I was when he said this is Julia, my first thought was maybe that's Julia Bond. I mean, I had heard of
was
Julia
Julia
Bond.
Bond, yeah.
Yeah, and then later I asked, are you Julia Bond? She's an all-American bowler.
You went first last time. Are you Julia Bond?
Julia Bond.
Okay.
Bond.
James
Bond.
Bond. Julia Bond.
All right.
Okay. Do we want to do an NIT update before we do the Bills Thrills?
Hit it.
Okay, real quick. Quick, short. There's
Lead us in.
It's just hang 1 second. 1 second. This will get Bill in the mood for Bills Thrills. Bill will get in the mood for Bills Thrills. We only had 2 games.
Which I watched both.
Bill watched them both. Last night in the NIT, you had North Texas beats Oklahoma State in overtime. 65-59. North Texas is in the Final Four of the NIT.
North Texas and Denton, which isn't too far from Frisco.
No.
Right up the road.
North Dallas is a great area.
The only other game last night, and this is the team that North Texas will play in the Final Four, Wisconsin beats Oregon 61-58.
They were behind most of the game. I watched the whole thing.
CPI.
He's really taking this new job seriously.
He is.
Well, I don't have anything to do the rest of the day.
Okay, Wisconsin. Now you're telling me Wisconsin's in the NIT final?
Final Four.
Final Four.
So then you have today Cincinnati versus Bill's beloved Utah Valley.
Utah Valley.
Interesting.
And then UAB Vanderbilt. Those are the games
Okay,
today.
Vandy's alive.
To make it to the Final Four.
Big night tonight.
Nashville's buzzing.
And there is your quick NIT.
All right, we got Bill's Thrills.
update.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Cherry
Keep
to
that
fire. All right, without further ado, it is time for our Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Contact Dirk, Scott, and Ty to take care of all your financial needs. Bill, it is Wild Card Wednesday. You teased music here.
And I kind of ran it by you guys earlier. I had some things on my mind, and you guys went with the music, and the music has really been on my mind a lot.
What?
And we're going back in time now. So for the youth of the show, just engage in this. We're going to some memory lane for some people in our ages that be able to go down this. So right now you can obtain any song anytime in a matter of seconds. On your phone, instantly,
yes.
Whatever song you want to listen to in the next 4 seconds, I can hear it. Back in the day, that wasn't the case. No. That was not the case. I remember I had the Loudmouth 2 portable 8-track player. You could also plug in 8-track player that I would leave in the window of the bathroom, and so I'd blast it out over the basketball where I played hoops outside in the garage. Had the Loudmouth 2, and then you'd pop in like REO Speedwagon or something, and then the bad songs would have the click in the middle where it changed.
Yeah.
It would change from channel 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Then you get in like with your buddies' older brothers, and they're driving like '69 Chevelles and stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd have their 8-track box, and it was bigger than a suitcase. It was bigger than a suitcase. That's how big your music was.
Yeah, I
He was in the back seat all the time,
It's
and there'd
amazing.
he'd be like, hey, grab me the Steppenwolf quick. And so that's how you listen to your music. And
So you put it in the bathroom window
and
blast it while you were hooping.
Loudmouth
While you were hooping.
While I was balling. I was out there balling.
It's balling.
Yeah.
Did you happen to have that silk shirt on?
I didn't have the
that,
one I had.
that in the picture that you sent us of you and Duke and 3 other of your teammates.
All conference.
Yeah, and Bill looked like Andy Gibb.
No cigs then. No cigs in that picture.
Bill looked like Andy Gibb.
Duke might have had a cigarette right before that picture. Might get the old, hey, when's the picture? And flicked it out the side. So then I get to cassettes. They come in. So cassettes come in about like 5th to 6th grade. Well, we didn't.
What year was that?
There wasn't enough money to go buy the cassettes. So you had this cassette player I'd have, and I put the blank tape in, and then you would listen I'd have my loudmouth, so you listen to the radio, and then when their song came on you wanted, you'd press play. I had to press 2 buttons to record.
Record was one of them.
You had to double click the 2 down. And then get it. You're just stone quiet. Like, don't say a word because we're live.
Right.
We're live, and we're recording music off the loudmouth onto your cassette.
This happened across America.
Across America. That's how you obtained the music that you wanted to listen to. And then as we got a little bit better, we go over to Chris Buchholz. Like that. Chris had a little bit more money, so he had a stereo. Chris Buchholz. He had a stereo system in his basement, so we could play the vinyl, and then put it on a tape. And so we could play the record, play the albums, the old albums, and that's how you made your.
I got a question.
That's how you made your mixtapes.
That's the thing. How did you had to know somebody that was excellent? They would say, "Okay, you got to listen to." In my case, it was Tony DeWark.
Yeah.
Tony DeWark put together a mixtape. You got to listen.
So
to
if someone had the mixtape, then you just gave it to them, then they would dupe it for you.
Right.
They'd like, "Hey, can I get a copy of that?"
Dupe? Is it dupe?
I don't know.
Dub.
You're looking for dub. Dub was the word. Dub's the word.
Not dupe.
You let me hang it. That'd be great.
Dupe. Dupe for you.
He gave you back the blank.
Dub did.
So that's how you obtain.
Looking for dub.
That was dub. So you had to.
So it's nice catch.
Yes, you had to obtain your own. Imagine you sitting there like I'd be waiting. So I listened to like Casey Kasem Top 40.
There we go.
And be like trying to hey, song 28. I think I know what's coming like that. Or I think song number 2 is Convoy, and I want to get Convoy. And I'm like I'm ready. And and I'm telling my parents like, hey, be cool, stay out of my room, stay out of my room. I'm taping here. I'm live. This is live. So all of a sudden we got C.W. McCall, number 2, Convoy. Go. Press them both. And then don't talk. Just do like that.
Because you'd be in the background.
You'd be in the background. But all of a sudden, if your mom came in like, hey, you want some hot dogs? Convoy's on. Convoy's on. And the whole thing would be just.
You got to wait the next day.
Yeah, next day. That's where you. I did Rubber Band Man that way.
Did you do Rubber Band Man?
Yeah, I got Rubber Band Man way.
Yeah.
So that's how you made your tape.
Did you just say that's a long song?
Yeah, it keeps going.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the length of Rubber Band Man?
Rubber Band Man. So anyway,
incredible knowledge.
I just wanted to go over
Bill, that is incredible.
How to obtain music at an earlier. And now you just do what on your phone? You just Google it. Just boom.
Yeah,
so
when
now
you go to Spotify,
the
Jake,
the rest of your life, you can listen to any songs that you want. Any songs that you want.
That is, you know what, Bill?
So that's my Wild Card Wednesday.
You know what, Bill? Wild Card Wednesday. You know what, Bill? There are guys our age driving around listening right now, shaking their heads, going, "Oh yeah,
that's right."
Oh, yeah.
Good old days.
That's how it went down.
Oh yeah.
Rubber Band Man on is 7.5 minutes long.
Good call.
It's a long. It just keeps going.
That's sort of Applebee's redemption right there.
Thank you.
That's a good call.
It keeps going and then.
Yeah, I told you that friend of mine when we were playing football in a vacant lot.
Rubber Band.
Yeah, he would sing Rubber Band Man. He's making moves on it.
On the rubber, that was his. That was his.
Yeah, Joe Justice.
Yeah. So anyway, how to get music now is much easier. But again, it was a better time. It was a better time.
That's amazing what you painted there.
You'd go in the next day and be like, "Did you get it? Yeah, I got them. I got 4 songs. Yeah,
C.W. McCall, baby.
I got Convoy.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got an Elton John. I got everything.
You got Rocket Man.
You got Rocket Man.
Yeah. Nice.
See, my version of that would be LimeWire. LimeWire was a very, very, very sketchy website where people would make the mix. They go CDs. We did CDs, not mixtapes. We had CDs. Yeah. But it was very virus. It was full of viruses. So you were taking your own risk by downloading songs off of LimeWire because there's a good chance you're going to take on your whole computer by doing so.
Is that right?
One of the best scams ever.
You could take out your whole computer.
Oh my God! LimeWire was so riddled with
and it was
viruses.
There was such great scams, and I know a couple of friends. I know a friend someone that actually got this. So they're on LimeWire, so people show up like it's.
You know what LimeWire is?
Oh yeah, but people would show up like their dorm room, or whatever, like that. Yeah, we're with whatever FC, whatever it is, like that's some sort of a agency.
Yeah.
You've been
FCC.
You've been using LimeWire, correct? In their face like that. Yeah, that's gonna be $10,000. And they'd pay it. And they just worked like it.
Lime. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knew it was very sketchy.
You
corner shop.
You knew when in the day, if you got on the LimeWire, it's like you knew the risks. It's like, hey, the police could come.
I never heard.
Napster, same thing.
Okay, I've heard of Napster, not LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire was very sketchy.
So all I had to do was get my cassette player out, pop the tape in, then press play record. You press play record. Everyone quiet. Then you got Convoy.
It's a beautiful vision, but the vision I really liked was you putting that 8-track player in the window, in your bathroom window by the screen.
Yeah,
and pumping it.
Yeah, pump. So it had a screen there. But imagine what it was like inside. You could hear the whole. I mean, it's not just going out.
Your mom and dad must have a lot of patience.
But it was a loudmouth too. I got it at Mydrick's hardware store. Saved my money from the paper route.
So did you have a good hoop?
What's that?
Was your hoop connected to the house or was it a pole?
No, it connected to the garage.
Yeah.
I told you, and my dad built this thing. Not how they can do it now. It's adjustable.
Yeah.
He built this back in the day. It's adjustable. So I'd
That's
lower it down. I'd
So you could
dunk on it. Then
Tomahawk.
Then raise it back up like that.
When your dad came home, raise it back up
like that. So
yeah.
all the friends came over for
Why
you
is
to dunk.
Why is the rim bent, Bill?
Yeah. So it was built just out of just angle iron. I mean, somewhere it still exists because you couldn't get rid of it. That'll last for life.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a picture.
Before we get to the game show, Nebraska fan in the Twin Cities, it's a long name, says, Bill, you bring back great memories. I'm 63 and you nailed it. I had a quadraphonic 8-track and 4 speakers to put in the car roof to listen while at a secret location.
Quadraphonic.
Wow.
Quadraphonic 8-track.
The best, Jake, the size of the box that carried, because these tapes were this big and that thick. So I mean, you have a box this big.
Yeah.
That's only holding 10 like that. So you only had so much music like that. And then also, when if the tape broke, you were good enough that you would cut it and splice it yourself.
That's incredible.
It was hard to do.
But you do it just with
hard.
with Scotch tape.
Yeah.
It would just skip over. It just skip over. But because
it was so depressing when that happened.
When all of a sudden it started to go, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Once it
you start hearing the screech.
The screech,
right?
It's like a screech. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
starts screeching.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were playing like Meatloaf.
Yeah.
And it was like, what's Meatloaf's best song? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And you'd be listening to the
Paradise by the
Dashboard. There's a long song.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then you're getting to the good part and it starts screeching.
I want to know right now, do you love me?
Yeah.
Do you love me forever? Do you need me?
And there's a screech over
here.
here.
Ever leave me?
Yeah, you just want it so bad to
For
not
the rest
screech.
of my life. Yeah, it's Meatloaf.
Good job, Meatloaf. Good job, Meatloaf.
Bill Loaf.
God dang. Thank you for that.
Thank you. That's
incredible.
That's Wild Card Wednesday, some old school music thoughts there from Bill. Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Call Scott, Dirk, and Ty today to contact anything for your financial advice.
Scott, Dirk, and Ty. You got a phone number there?
I don't have one.
Okay. Boy, those guys say that if you want to make bales of money, give them a call.
Mid-Plains Advisors.
Thank you for sponsoring that.
Yeah, surprised we didn't hear from Rick Heyman on this one.
Yeah, Rick, where you at?
Yeah,
music.
Rick, music. That's music history, Rick, right there.
This is where you need to be.
This is your wheelhouse.
I think
he's back.
He's guarding his house.
Yeah, he is in Nebraska.
I think you told him last time he was gone. So
he's here.
He's out of the country.
He's
in the country.
Here's his address.
Let's play the game. So give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. It is also a Wild Card Wednesday for Shut Up Sipple. So not just Bill's Thrills, but also Shut Up Sipple. Today, you've been talking about Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers. Well, guess what? We're doing car model manufacturers today. Car models today. I will give you.
You're going to be good at this.
No.
I will give you the model. You tell me the maker of that, the make of the model. How about that?
That's great.
Feel good?
Yeah, I feel okay.
464-5685. Shut Up Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Called the Nick Down Sip in trivia.
Hello, Jack.
How do you feel about cars today?
I don't feel great about anything. Yeah, it'd have to be like people from Pender for me to really get excited about
Bill's
it.
former
From my
recruits.
class, Bill's former classmates. That'd be about it. Other than that, I don't feel good about anything.
You do really good about the guys who played for you.
Bill's former
guys.
players.
Bill's former players.
We're gonna name your starting lineup from Utah State. Yes, I'm gonna get that.
Starting safety, 2005.
And they've lost 20 straight games. Bill's former players.
Bill's former.
What if you lost that somehow?
It could happen. I didn't get Byron Bennett the other day, and I'm like, how did I get Byron Bennett?
Some guy calls him, beats him.
He beats him in Bill's former players.
Hold it. Wasn't that McCade Brady? You're right. He did start saying
He lost.
All right, McLean.
McLean, how do you feel about cars today, man?
I've driven a few, so I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. McLean.
I love the name McLean.
Yeah, McLean's a great. Hey,
That's a
McLean, tell us of your name.
Yeah. That is your
It's like
parents.
the 5th time. I'm glad you remember this time.
Well,
shot across the bow right there.
McLean, here's your first question. Bill, lifeline for SIP for one question. As always, what company makes the Bolt?
Chevy.
He was annoyed by
We're
that
up
one.
against it.
He was annoyed.
That was an annoyed answer.
We've annoyed him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, who makes the Durango?
Oh, Dodge.
Yeah.
Bam.
1-1 tie. McLean, back to you. This is going quick. Who makes the CX-5, McLean?
Mazda.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is amazing.
Going fast.
Yeah, I think he called in. I think he's going to email Jake the questions.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is the fourth to
I was
tie.
a valet.
He was a valet.
Oh.
He's a valet.
Oh, he's a valet.
Wow. Yeah, how about that? Who makes the Elantra? Elantra.
I got to guess.
You have Bill.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know?
No, I'm not sure, but go ahead.
Okay, no, wait a second. I want to make sure I get this right. We got to get this right because we got to get to overtime. Buick.
Try Hyundai.
I wouldn't have got that.
Hyundai Elantra.
Yeah, I would have got it.
I wouldn't have got it.
Would
Jake,
you
I
have
didn't
that?
know
Would
that.
you have that, McLean?
Kia.
What'd he say?
He said Kia. It's wrong.
So Kia's not right.
I'm surprised. So, what's hey, McLean? What is who makes the Pacer?
Oh, jeez.
Pacer. It's
Pontiac?
AMC.
Ooh, nobody get that right.
It looks like an aquarium. It's all glass.
It does.
Remember the AMC Pacer?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Oh,
little
yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Real low car.
Yeah.
All right,
McLean, good job.
Nice
job.
win today, McLean. You get bagels.
Record this week.
Well, Bill lost Monday.
Okay.
We lost. Yeah.
Yesterday. Did you guys win yesterday?
No. Did we? I don't think
You
so.
might be
Did we?
0-3.
Well.
0-3, I think.
Safe bet that we lost.
Probably. It's always a safe bet that you lost.
Yeah.
McLean.
McLean.
Victory.
Great name. Great name.
Yeah, he was annoyed a little bit.
What, by the questions?
No, did he mean that was the 5th time he's called in?
And you didn't remember his name?
Yeah.
I think you always remember his name every time. It's a great name. Yeah. You always bring up his name as you love that. McLean.
I think McLean kind of came at you.
A little bit.
Well, it came at you a little bit.
It's fine.
Yeah.
People are texting Bagel Boy over here at you.
Boys.
Yeah, Bagel Boys.
Boys.
Yeah, if you guys go 0-5, you get called Bagel
We're
Boy.
supposed to wear Bagel Boys shirts. They had one made.
It was beautiful, too. It was a great shirt.
Was that beautiful?
It was a good
Never was worn.
You put it over your shirt that one day because you went 0-5.
I don't know.
And then you never wore it ever again.
I don't know what you're thinking about.
I think you put it on. No, there was a
This
picture.
is like Applebee's again.
No. I'll have to ask.
Okay.
If it was worn.
Ask Happer.
I will ask him. Okay. Well, congrats to McLean. He wins bagels. You guys win nothing. So
listen to that. That was a shot.
Well, it's the truth, though.
We win nothing.
It's the truth. You win nothing.
What's on the other side there?
The
Spark?
spillover is next. Bill is out. You're heading out, Bill?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to get it.
Okay, Bill is out. AD and Raf are here next. We'll see Bill tomorrow on Early Break in the Ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life.
They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
The goal of having a healthy diet has the at-home healthy living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're not sure what your evening plans are and want to change things up, look no further than craft axe throwing. Whether for a date night, an evening with friends, or even a private party, you're sure to make memories at craft axe throwing. Trained instructors help make things easy to understand, and a stock bar makes it a great hangout spot. With 13 throwing lanes, there's plenty of opportunity to reserve your spot today. Choose the Lincoln location at craftaxethrowing.com to book a lane or call 402-802-9696. Craft Axe Throwing at 18th and N.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farm ranchers with quality equipment, parts, and advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
The best way to learn East Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, Bill had to check out, so we got Raf with us, Chris Raf from The Drive. What's up, Raf? Good to see you.
Good morning. Raf's adorned in maroon.
Yeah, it looks like Texas A&M colors here.
Or Columbus.
Oh, yeah.
Or Columbus
Let's
High.
go.
Or Norfolk.
Columbus Discovers? Is that
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Come on,
Discoverers.
Raf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Norfolk Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
The hated Norfolk Panthers if you're from Columbus.
The hated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't
Yes.
like Norfolk.
Well, it was a big rivalry, Jake.
That's your number one rivalry? Was Norfolk?
It was, yes. It was. Back in the 80s, it was.
You want to guess what Beatrice's was?
Yes.
Lincoln Pius.
Was it?
Pius X was our
Pius
number.
the
At least
10th.
when I was in school. Maybe not anymore because they're in Class A now. We're in Class B.
Yeah.
When I was in school, Beatrice despised Lincoln Pius. Also, Omaha Scott. Norris. Didn't really hate Norris. It was Pius we didn't like.
So, Raf Chris has joined us.
Yes, and before we get into cassette tapes, we'll get that in a second. Because Raf has thoughts. I have to break some more news for you guys.
Here we go.
Station news. So we told you on Monday that Amon Green's going to be doing a Thursday night show.
That's incredible.
Okay. Yesterday we informed you that Adam Carricker will be doing some Monday shows starting April 10th.
Big things happening.
Noon to 1. And now our news today for the station is that, as you know, for the first time in I believe 7 years, 93.7 The Ticket is the new home of the Kansas City Royals baseball.
Whoa. Royals
You
baseball.
will hear Royals baseball here on the Ticket airwaves. Season begins, I think, late next week is the official season start, but you will hear Kansas City Royals baseball.
That's a
here
beautiful thing.
On 93.7 FM.
You
The
guys,
Ticket.
come on. You know you do this at night when you're driving around.
Oh, yes.
And you're flipping around, and there's Royals baseball. You stick.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love listening.
It's a beautiful summer sound.
Denny Matthews.
Denny
has been there
Matthews,
forever.
yeah.
Ryan Lefebvre is TV, sometimes radio.
Yep,
Raf?
flip flop.
You like
beautiful.
Yeah, I do.
that? It's you know what it is? It's just beautiful summer sound. That's what it is.
If you're out there and you want to be a part of Royals baseball, you want to advertise there, just shoot me a text or an email, jake@theticketfm.com, or just text us 402-464-5685.
One more programming thing, and I'm not sucking up to management. I already know management dislikes me. I am so grateful that we're carrying those NCAA games.
Yes, it is
That
beautiful.
was beautiful this weekend. You know, if you're watching a game and you have to leave, I mean, I have grandkids, I have things I got to do. Didn't matter. There it was on the Ticket. You just get in your truck and you can listen to the games now. It's beautiful.
It's awesome. Here
Yeah,
on the
we're doing the games.
They have them all. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
All right, Raf.
All right, Raf came in. He was listening to our conversation before he came in, and it was about Bill's Thrills. You're talking about mixtapes, and you had some comments on that, Raf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From your own experiences here.
Raf's 47.
So I had a couple memories come flooding back. The first one I had was when you wanted that perfect record, but then the DJ would talk either too much at the beginning of the song or too much at the end of the song.
Yes.
So it would ruin everything. You're like, well, I'll have to wait 2 hours until it comes on again, and I'll try it again. And then
Good point, Raf.
the second memory that came flooding back to me was you guys were talking about recording songs.
Yes.
Well, back on December 24th, 1983, yes, I remember the date just because that was when the Broncos played the Seahawks in the AFC wild card game.
Remembers this. This is incredible.
Well, and part of it was because I remember it was at my grandma's house.
Okay. Granny.
Up in Pierce, Nebraska.
Okay.
So I had the idea that I was going to record the entire game, Seahawks Broncos, on a cassette tape.
Oh, my God. Raf.
What the hell were you doing, Raf? Why was that alluring to
So
you?
this is the kicker. So I've got, like my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandpa, my grandma. I don't know if there's aunt and uncles there or not, sitting in the living room, and they cannot speak for the entire 3.5 hours of the football game because
Silence!
every time someone would talk, Mom, be quiet.
Keep
Dad,
it on the actual tape
can't
recording.
talk. And of course, Broncos get thumped 31-7, but I recorded the entire 4 quarters of that game
In silence.
in silence. Real life.
Did you go back and listen to it?
I don't think I ever did.
You made him sit in silence for 3.5 hours.
Doesn't seem like something you need to record.
Shut up, Bob. Listen to the game.
Why did you do that?
Yeah,
Raf?
I was different. I will not lie. I know my parents they're on their way down to Houston right now.
Are they?
I don't know if they're listening right now or not, but I know what they're saying. They're like, yeah, he's the same kid that recorded VCR taped every Denver Bronco game that was on TV from 1985 until I believe Elway retired. 85 to 98.
85 to 98. You don't do that anymore.
I've got all these VCR tapes that have no use at all because there's no VCRs out there or anything.
The Broncos.
You could probably find one somewhere, Raph. A VCR, they exist somewhere.
Yeah.
A little antique shop.
But,
or something.
I've read that some the tapes fade and stuff, so I haven't.
Even better.
Yeah. But now you just type in Broncos versus so and so 1988 and it's on YouTube.
Right.
So everything I did was for naught.
Oh well, it meant something back then, though.
Yeah,
it did.
The other question we have for you, Raph, before
here you go,
is that we had a long debate at the 7:00 hour and the 6:00 hour about what is Applebee's. Is Applebee's considered a sports bar or not? How would you describe Applebee's? Is there an existence of it being a sports bar?
Me, myself, have always thought of it as just a restaurant, not a sports bar. Okay. However, I do remember they had commercials there for a while, your neighborhood sports bar. So they tried to push the narrative that they were a sports bar.
When was this?
It said early the 2000s they did this.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to see if he
would.
They tried. They tried.
And I never, there's never been a time where I'm like, hey, Broncos are playing. Let's head down to Applebee's and check it out.
Yeah, see,
that's
the
what we were
point
saying.
that Sip was saying. You don't go watch the games at Applebee's.
Yeah. This cropped up very organically. We were talking about what?
So a mailbag. Michael emailed in saying, what restaurant when you were a kid did you think was a 5-star that now you don't view it as that? I said Applebee's.
He started talking about Applebee's, Raf, but then he was in casual conversation. He was calling it a sports bar. I'm like, whoa. When did Applebee's become a sports bar?
It's a place that has sports on.
So is the venue.
But like you said, you don't have 40 TVs there. They have probably 8 to 10.
They don't have 8 to 10.
We did.
We're going to go to Applebee's, and I'm going to count the TVs there and see if they're all on sports. I'm going to go to the one.
I'm going to say 3 to 4 to 5.
I'm going to bounce around. I'm going to go today to Applebee's. I'm just going to count the TVs in there and see how many are in there and if they're all on sports.
Well, they will be on sports, I think.
I think 2 years ago we did go to the venue for the Nebraska versus Wisconsin volleyball game. I believe that's when they played.
The venue?
Venue.
They have a lot of TVs there.
That was a great night. Sports bar.
But it's not a sports bar.
No, sport, yeah. No one would call a venue a sports bar. But they do have TVs that show sports on them.
Yeah, Outback has...
Okay, yeah, I know.
Jake.
And I've watched
Outback.
I've watched
games there. But nobody would classify Outback as a sports bar.
No, steakhouse.
Right.
Steakhouse. I'm just saying. I got a lot of bashing for this, but it wasn't complete bashing. There were some people supporting me, and like Raf said, they did try.
They pushed it for a long time.
They pushed it.
I don't remember Miles having a show at Applebee's.
Larry Texter said that I know they had it Wings and Rings in the rail yard and also at Hopcat. I don't remember Applebee's.
Well, I believe him. I believe him. I'm not questioning it.
But if we can, we'll try to reconfirm that. Again, the breaking news, we will have Royals baseball here on the ticket this year, starting up end of next week, the first game, so you can listen all summer long.
Will you have caravans down there?
We're going to talk about some trips.
Yeah. Jake, you've had some fun on those caravans.
I have forgotten some trips. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, that's it for us. The Drive with Raf and AD is next. For Steve Sipple and Bill Busch, I am Jake Sorensen. See ya.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach,